The Federal Bureau of Investigation and Georgia law enforcement are looking into threats against Georgia's top election officials, Deputy Secretary of State Jordan Fuchs announced Sunday, as election workers across the country complain President Trump's baseless voter fraud accusations are putting them at risk. The truth is that the people of Georgia, and across the country, should not have any remaining doubts about who was elected governor 2 years ago or who won the presidential election earlier this month, wrote Raffensperger in a Saturday Washington Post op-ed. The presidential outcome was remarkably close, but the new paper ballot system, the strong election security and integrity mechanisms in place, and the audit and hand recount should combine to put to rest any doubts about the final outcome. As the recount found the margin between Trump and Biden to be less than 0.5%, Trump has requested a second recount, which is expected to begin next week. Georgia election officials are not alone in reporting threats against their safety due to election fraud claims. While votes were still being tallied in battleground states, local officials said Trump's false insistence that Democrats were trying to steal the election resulted in harassing and threatening phone calls, as well as heated rallies outside vote-counting centers where pro-Trump protesters, some armed, called to stop the vote. Last week, Arizona's Secretary of State Katie Hobbs said the president's claims had caused ongoing and escalating threats against her family and her staff. A user of Parler, a social media app that's become popular among conservatives since the election, threatened to burn down Hobbs' house and kill her family to teach these fraudsters a lesson, Hobbs told local news outlet 12 News, prompting an investigation into the incident by Arizona law enforcement. Hobbs' home address and her son's cell phone number were also posted online, and a group of people gathered around her home, chanting, "We are watching you," according to 12 News. "These actions are utterly abhorrent, especially when directed at my family and staff," said Hobbs in a statement. "They are a symptom of a deeper problem in our state and country, the consistent and systematic undermining of trust in each other and our democratic process." Trump requests Georgia recount. FBI, GBI investigate threats. Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Brad Raffensperger. Georgia's election results are sound. The Washington Post, Trump requests second recount of election results in Georgia. Forbes, amid escalating violent threats, Arizona's top election official urges Trump to halt misinformation. Forbes, safety concerns grow in Michigan, Arizona and Nevada. Threatening calls, gun-carrying protesters, amid Trump voting attacks. Forbes.